up, guys? I'm just redoing another video because I watched it on YouTube and it looked like it was like 4 minutes, so my video got chopped in half. I don't know how that happened. So my last video, which is supposed to be around 10 minutes, it was only 4 minutes, so I'm like redoing that. And that is on onboarding clients, right? Any process that you have where it just welcomes the person, welcomes the client on board, basically congratulates them for making the decision to work with you, and just makes the whole thing a lot more smoother and comfortable for them, right? So let's begin. Now, first of all, this is something that is really important, right? It helps me a lot more than the client, I believe, and it has as soon as I started doing this, it has helped me feel a lot more better and comfortable with my clients right off the bat, right? In the beginning, what I was really doing is that as soon as they start saying, they start saying, yes, we'll work together, or they pay me, I'm just like, all right, great, we'll start working tomorrow. And then there's like nothing. There's like, they wait for me, and if they have any questions, I answer them, but there's pretty much no agenda given to them. So I'm pretty sure I made a few people felt pretty uncomfortable during the beginning of this year. But now what I do is more like this. Now there's lots of tools for this. There's lots of cool stuff you can do for the clients, charts. There's even trackers where they'll make you colorful pies of what engagements has been receiving in the website, all kinds of cool shit, right? I guess you could invest in that after a while, where you have some bigger clients where you're making a lot more money, maybe, whatever it is. But for the beginning, you don't need anything, right? What I'm doing is just Google Sheets, so I'll explain how I do this, right? So I take a Google Sheet, and the first part I just label the client's business name. I share with them. I put a view only. They can't edit it, so nothing gets messed up. And then a little description about their industry and the city, right? The relationship to the industry and the city. So for roofing, my all-time go-to example, I'll do roofers in Bronx have been, the roofing market in Bronx have been dominated by blah, blah, and blah. 3 competitors of theirs who are ranking really well in Google right now. And then they're doing this by a few of their major techniques, okay, not too nitty gritty, but by getting authority, by holding events where it draws attention, whatever it is. It doesn't even have to be just online, right? Giving them an understanding that you understand that, I mean, not really for that, but just, just filling the page up a bit. Few lines, few sentences up there. Boom. Next part is the keywords you're targeting. Just list the keywords that you guys have agreed upon that you're going to rank him for, right? If you're doing for lots of keywords, then I guess you don't have to put all of them, just put the main words. I put about 5 to 10 usually, right? Column down the list with the keywords you're ranking them for, where their current position is, page 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, wherever they are, put the exact position in there, and then have a few gap and then put their map listing, right? This way, as time goes on, the next column after their current position is going to be a date and their current position. Let's say 3 weeks, a month, 2 months from now, they start moving up, and then you put their current location, positions in that date. So it makes them, when they go to check this document out, it makes them feel a lot better, right? Compared to waiting all that time until you're just like, okay, let's just hit the first page, one more week, 1 more month, whatever it is, and then they're just waiting all this time without even knowing, like, I'm paying this guy monthly, what is he even doing? To them, they don't know much difference, right? Like, they see the website is up there, if the design looks the same, because it doesn't change much once you're doing SEO, right? It's all in the back end. How do they know you're actually doing stuff, right? With this, they can see. If they want, they can go check, okay, is this true? Let me try this keyword. All right, it's in position, it's okay, they did go up. It makes them feel a lot better, right? So that's for that. And then the map listing, obviously the same way, what's their position and how they are increasing in that. Second part. Third part, the most important, okay? This is basically where I put a timeline of what I intend to do for them for the coming months, right? Usually I start right off the bat as a 90-day period. So this part, which I enjoy the most, is because not just how they feel a lot better, but it makes my life a hell lot easier, right? Because prior to making this part, what I do is I actually make it in Excel, right? In my computer. In Excel. and I don't upload it to Google Docs yet. What I do here is, even before, in my experience, even before you sell the client, it's better to do this, is you make a plan of exactly what you think it will take to rank them and get them the results that they are wanting to get, right? Literally, you put the date and the moves you're gonna make. So for example, it will be July 15th. Get them a citation, citation package from this website, okay? Citation package, website, quantity, cost. Then let's say July 22nd. I'm gonna throw a PBN link at them, right? July 22nd, PBN hosting, and then which website I'm throwing the PBN, which website and which PBN I'm putting the link in, what anchor text I'm using, and brief description of the post, the article I'm going to write in that website, and a brief description of it. So when I go to actually write it, I know exactly what kind of content to write up. Okay, and I'll let you guys know also how I like write huge amounts of content without even breaking a sweat or paying so much money for it soon, right? So yeah, that's another video. But anyways, the point is exactly what has to be done, from citations to social signals to PBNs to links, is exactly mapped out, right? From day to day. I know right off the bat when this is made, I feel really good. You take like half a day if you have to. Take 3-4 hours. It takes me about 2 to 3 hours to make this out. Usually most of the information I just get from SEMrush, from what the competitors did to rank on the first page. I just like basically do a very similar structure, but then I put in a bit more power with PBNs and quality social signals, and maybe like a few, like manual citations, right? So that's like the gist of it, guys. That's really like most of 90% of what I do. Everything else is on page or custom, like something that they that I just figure as I go. But 90% of it is my PBN links, citations, and quality social signals. So yeah, the point was make it so clear that it makes my life a hell lot easier, because then I'm not thinking about them. Once that they come abroad. Fuck man, can't even talk. I'm not even stressing about it, right? Because I know that, all right, I put in my calendar, July 22nd, I gotta take 15 minutes out of my day and go get them this link. A week later, I have to go write a post about them and put them on my network. That's all. There's nothing else to it. I can't put too many links because then they might get penalized. There's not too much you can do, really, right? If you really look at once you know how to rank locally, you can't overdo it. There's not too much you can do. Like within some time, I really believe that you can get to a point where you're finding more shit to do, because trying to get new clients or working on other projects, because there's only so much you can do, right? So why not label it out like this instead of stressing all the time? Normally, if I do my on-page builder websites and everything, and I threw the initial links, not even 2-3 days could go by, and then I'm going to start thinking like, all right, what else should I do for them so I can get them to rank? And I'm going to be, thinking about them all the time. Instead, if I make this plan out for the next 90 days and boom, put it in my calendar, I am done. There's nothing else to do. And I just translate this exact plan in layman's terms for the third part in the Google Sheet for them, which is the timeline. So just make it non-technical, right? The part where you say acquire citation package for this much, this cost, this anchor text or whatever, for them just put what do I put? Usually it's just like acquire press release from blog 1, and then once you got it, put a URL. Once there's a citation built, take the URL and put it there. They can go and check like, oh wow, there's a third-party website that's related to roofing and it's talking about me. Boom. And as you go, you put these, right? Easy as that. So yeah, guys, this is huge. Onboarding is a huge thing. It helps me a lot. It makes me feel so much more professional because I get to share this document with them. There they can read through and they answer some questions. Now they have something to look through. They're not gonna call me as much, email me as much, because they know things are happening, progress is going on. And other than that, mostly I'm just gonna keep them updated for things that I come across in roofing and things. I throw tips at them. I come across a little tip even about offline things, right? The other day I emailed a few of my clients how you can get these review cards anytime they do a business. They can give this review card to their customer, get them to sign a review right there on the spot, and then they'll upload it. It's a lot easier for them to get reviews when they're just did the job compared to later on hoping that people will just happily, they did such a good roof, they're going to happily one day go and write a review. It just doesn't happen, right? One of the ways to skyrocket this is to have review cards. And it's a tip I came across, it's an offline tip, and I emailed all my customers. Why was I telling you this though? Oh yeah, because after a while then you're just going to be throwing tips, and that's going to be the communication you have, just providing more value. But they're not going to be spazzing out what's happening, why are we not ranking it. It eases down the whole thing, and it makes my life a hell lot easier, like I said, for the third time. So I'll leave it at that, guys. Hopefully you got something out of this. If you're not doing onboarding processes, start by the Google Sheets. It'll help you a lot, and do it exactly as I said. And that's pretty much all you'll need, right? Later on, you can go into more rank tracker type tools where it builds charts and all that crazy stuff. Peace.